You know, it's kind of shocking to me that I've never been in a natural hot springs before. And it's not that I haven't tried. This is actually the second time I've tried to go to these hot springs. I'll get into that a little bit later. But was it worth it? Let's get into it. So to get to the hot springs, you want to take Highway 138 out of Roseburg for about 59 miles, and then turn left on the Toketee-Ridgeton Road. For around 2 miles, you'll take Forest Road 3401, and from that point, it's another 2 miles to the trailhead. It'll be on the left side. So what are the trail stats? Well, it's not terribly difficult. It's only a round trip of 0.6 miles and a total elevation gain of around 150 feet. You can do this trail most of the year, but check the road status unless the road is closed. I'll put in a link here. So the trail starts off by crossing the North Umpqua River right away over a nice bridge. Views onto the river as it goes through are pretty nice. From there, after you cross the bridge, you're going to want to turn right, which it follows through the forest for a short distance. And from there, it starts to climb steeply up a very rocky, rutted, unmaintained trail. So be very careful when you're climbing through here. It's really, really steep. There's a lot of roots and rocks through here, and the trail can get narrow. After a short distance, you reach the top of this small bluff, and the trail starts to descend toward the hot springs. So the hot springs themselves are extremely scenic. There's 8 or 9 pools. So the upper pools are going to be hotter than the lower pools because the water starts to descend down the hill, and the lower the pool, the lower the temperature. Now, it is possible to continue down to the river from here, but it's extremely steep with a rope to help you get down. And there's also more warming pools down by the river, so you can take maybe a cold plunge and then get into the warmer water. Now, I know I mentioned I'd never been to a hot springs before, but honestly, I don't think I could have picked a better one. The views from the hot springs down to the river and the surrounding forest are absolutely incredible. It's such a perfect place to relax into a hot pool and just take it all in. It's really hard to beat. And when I visited these hot springs, I'd already been hiking for several days at this point, so to be able to soak in the hot pools to relax the muscles, I felt amazing after I got out of the hot springs. But with that being said, I know I said in this intro that this was my second attempt to go to these hot springs. That's because my first attempt was years ago. And when we showed up to the parking lot, it was overrun by a mobile homeless camp. There were trailers, there were people passed out in the parking lot. We had people coming up to our window when we first arrived asking us for cigarettes. And there were people dumpster diving with trash everywhere. It was awful. We turned around and left immediately.
Hot spring visitation warning. If you plan on coming to this hot spring, be advised. You may encounter marijuana use, alcohol use, public nudity, timber tigers, dancing unicorns, frolicking mermaids, Harry Potter cosplay, or in our case, mobile homeless camps.
But honestly, I think that was kind of a one-off. I don't think that is the norm by any means. That is why this place is an all day, every day. Unless you show up and there's a mobile homeless camp. I really enjoyed my first experience in a natural hot spring. But let me know in the comments if you've ever had any weird encounters or experiences in hot springs. Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.